Hello friends, in last video we shall discuss about the structure of flower and their floral adaptation or the insertion of floral whorl. Means the insertion of floral whorl, study the three types of insertion of floral whorls like the hypogyny, epigyny and perigynous flower. Now in this video we shall discussing about the structure of flower and their parts. Now the first one discuss about the different part of the flower. Now this is a flower and this flower showing the different parts. The flower, the first part of flower, it is called this one part, it is a green color parts, it is called the calyx. Now this calyx, it is a green color and this calyx is the most important function for it is a photosynthetic function, as well as in flower is present in bud condition. That time this one part they can protect the flower, they are present in the floral whorl of flower, and this calyx showing the protective function of this innermost part of the flower. Means the first floral part of the flower is a calyx, and now this upper portion, this calyx showing the epicalyx, it is also the green color. Now the second part of flower, it is a colorful part of flower, and this colorful part it is called the corolla. Now this is a corolla, and individual this corolla it is called the petal. And now this important part of the flower, it is attractive, colorful part, and it is most important function for this part, attraction of insect toward the flower. Now this is the second floral whorl of a flower. Now this one part, this is a androecium, means the male reproductive floral whorl. Now these are the some stamens, and now these stamens they can present the three parts like these filaments, anthers and connective. Now these are the monoadelphous condition. In this hibiscus flower, these many stamens or many androeciums they are attached on the staminal tubes. Now this is a male reproductive floral whorl of the flower, and now this next one, last one part is a gynoecium, innermost whorl of the flower. It is a gynoecium, and this gynoecium it is distinct or divisible into the stigma, style and ovary. Now this dissect this flower, that time showing the innermost part of the flower like this is a this innermost part of the flower, it is the ovary, style and stigma. These are the three parts of the gynoeciums or the female reproductive whorl of the flower. Now detailed study of this all the floral parts. The first one part, it is a calyx. Now this calyx showing the green colors. Now this calyx it is a green in color, and this calyx in some flower it is a fuse, or some flower this calyx is a free. Now this condition it is called the gamosepalous condition. Gamosepalous. In some flower this calyx it is a fuse to each other, and this condition of calyx or individually this calyx it is known as a sepal, and this sepal is fused with each other, and this type of the condition it is called the gamosepalous condition. Now some flower this calyx is free from each other, and this type of the condition it is known as a polycephalous condition. This polycephalous means these sepals are free, they are not joined with each other, they are free from each other, they are separated to each other, and this type of the condition is called the sepalous condition, means the sepals are free. Now this calyx in some plant is a flower, it is a gamosepalous, or some are the polysepalous condition. Now this calyx, it is a green color, and this green color indicating the most important function because having the chlorophyll containing pigments, and it is used for the photosynthesis. Now this calyx is mostly important in flower, is present in the bud condition. That time this calyx is used for the protection of inner whorl of the flower. Now the structure showing this diagram of the floral part of the flowers. The first part, it is a calyx. Now this is the structure of flower. This is the innermost part of flower. This is a thalamus. It is a green color, and it is the most important function for, it is a photosynthetic function. It is a green color, disc-like structure, and all the floral parts is attached on this thalamus. Now this one part, it is a calyx. It is a green color, and individually this calyx, it is known as a sepals. This calyx is known as a sepal. The next floral word is corolla. It is a attractive or colorful part of the flower, and this part, it is known as a corolla, but individually this corolla, it is known as a petals of flower. Now the next part of flower is a androecium. It is a male reproductive part of flower. It is called the androecium, and individually this androecium is known as a stamens. Individually it is known as a stamens, and this androecium is divided into the three parts, like these are the anthers. These two anther is joined, the middle part, it is called the connective, and this one part, it is called the filaments. The next part of flower, this is a solan part or solan structure of flower. This is called the ovary. This one part, it is called the style, and this uppermost part, it is called the stigma of flower, and this middle part is a gynoecium, and this gynoecium individually it is called the carpel, and this carpel is divided into three parts. Now the ovary, style and stigma, and this part, it is known as a carpel of flower. Now discussing the first part, it is a calyx. Now this calyx individually it is known as a sepal, and this sepals in some flower is a gamosepalous condition, and some flower it is a polysepalous condition. And most important function, it is a protection, and also in sepal is colorful in some flower, and it is the most important function for the attraction of insect. In some flower these petals are colorful nature, and that time this flower or this insect is attract toward this flower. It is the most important function. But in some plants it is also the pappus calyx. In this calyx is a hairy nature, and that time this calyx is also important for the dispersal of the seeds. Now this, with the help of this calyx, the seeds are dispersed. Now it is the most important function of the calyx. Now the second part, it is a corolla of flower. This corolla in hibiscus flower, showing this corolla, it is a colorful part and attractive part of the flower. Now this corolla in some plant, it is a fused, or in hibiscus flower it is a free. They can separated, they can easily separate for each other, and now this flower, it is a separated, this corolla or petal, they can separate it to each other, and this type of the condition, it is called the polypetalous condition. Polypetalous means this corolla or petals, they are free from each other in some flower, but in for example in hibiscus, rose, this polypetalous condition, but in some flower this corolla is fused to each other. Now they can join with each other, and this type of the condition of flower, it is called the gamopetalous condition. Gamopetalous. Gamo means fuse, means these petals are fused to each other. Now this type of condition is showing in, for example, in Dhatura flower. This Dhatura flower, these petals, now these petals are fused. Now this type of the arrangement of flower means the gamopetalous condition. These petals are united, they can jointed with each other in Dhatura flower, and this condition, it is called the gamopetalous condition. Now the next one important character of the corolla or petals. Now this petal is most important for attraction of insect toward the flowers, means it is a colorful flower. Now different colors like red, pink, yellow, these are the different colored flowers, and now these petals are colored or attractive, and that's why this insect get attract toward this flower, and it is most important function of corolla for the pollination process. Now this pollination is occurring in flower with the help of this corolla. With this corolla or in the scented flower, this is specific smell is occurring, and that's why this petal is attractive, and insect or birds, they can attract toward these flowers, and pollination process is occurring, or pollination is takes place with the help of this insect, because the flower is attractive or colorful. Now this is a second floral whorl of flower. Now this calyx and corolla, these are the two important whorl of the flower. The first whorl is the calyx and second is the corolla. Now these two whorls, it is the accessory whorl of the flower. Now the next part of flower, it is the perianth. Now the third one part of flower is this perianth. Now this perianth, it is known as a calyx and corolla. It is a morphologically similar in some flower. It is called the perianth. And now this perianth, individually this perianth is called the tepals. The perianth means this is one of the important part of the flower, because in some flowers the calyx and corolla is not identified. It is a similar calyx and corolla, it is a similar structure, and that's why they cannot identify which is a corolla and which is a calyx, and that times this process or this part of the flower, it is called the perianth, because this calyx and corolla are morphologically similar, and this term, it is called the tepal or perianth of the flower. Now this perianth, individually this perianth, it is called the tepal. Now this tepal in this flower, it is a polyphylous condition, means the polyphylous means the tepals are free from each other, the petals are free. In some flower, these petals are free from each other, they cannot united, they cannot join, and this type of the condition in flower, some flower, it is called the polyphylous flower. Thus tepals, they are free from each other, they cannot united, they cannot join, and this condition of flower, it is a polyphylous condition. In some flower, these tepals are united, they are fused, These tepals are united in some flower, and this type of the condition is called the gamophilous flower. These flowers or these calyx and corolla are united. They are fused with each other. They cannot free, and this type of the condition, it is called the gamophilous condition. Means perianth is a gamophilous. Now the next point or next character of perianth. Some perianth is a sepaloid perianth. Some flower, this perianth, it is a sepal-like. Means some flower, this perianth is a green color. Perianth is look like a green color, and that's why this perianth is called the sepaloid perianth. Means this perianth, it is a green color. And some flower, this perianth is bright color. Means it is look like the corolla, or it is look like the petals, and that's why it is called the petaloid perianth. Means petals, it is a attractive bright color perianth is formed in some flower, and this term, it is called the petaloid perianth. Now this is a perianth of a flower. Perianth means it is a calyx and corolla. It is a morphologically similar structure is produces. They cannot identify, and that's why this term is called the perianth, or it is known as a tepal. Mostly perianth is found in the monocot plants. Now these examples of the perianth in some monocots. This monocot plant, generally the perianth is present. Now the next part of the flower, it is a androecium. Now the fourth part, this androecium, it is a male reproductive floral word. This androecium, this is a androecium. It is a male reproductive floral whorl of flower. Now this androecium, individually this androecium is known as the stamens. It is called the stamens of flower. Individually, in a single, this androecium is single separate, and this androecium, it is called the stamens. It is a male reproductive whorl of the flower. Now these stamens, they are divided into three parts. This androecium is divided into the three parts. Now this part, it is a stalk like or elongated parts of stamen. It is called the filaments. This bilobe structure. Now this bilobe structure of stamen, it is called the anther, and these two anther is joined with each other. Now this part, it is called the connective. This is a connective of flower. Now this androecium is divided into three parts like the filament, anther and connective. Now this is the most important floral whorl. It is the essential floral whorl of flower. Now this androecium, in some flower it is a free, or some flower it is a fuse. They can jointed with each other. Now this androecium is most important part of flower, and they can present this bilobed anther. Now this bilobe anther, cut this bilobe anther or tiers of anther showing this tetrasporangiate structure. This anther, tetrasporangiate. The tiers of this anther showing the inside there are number of pollen grains are found in these androeciums or stamens. The cut of this anther showing tiers of anther showing the number of pollen grains. This pollen grains is most important for the pollination. Now this anther or these stamens are mature and mature, that time they can break, and now the large number of pollen grains are migrated. Now these pollen grains are spread, and now this insect is attracted towards this flower, that times this anther is mature and this anther is breaks, and that's why the spread the pollen grains, and this insect is visit on this flower, that time this pollen grain is stick on the surface or body of this insect, like the wings or some part legs, these birds असतील की त्या parts वरती this type of the pollen grains are stick on the surface of the insect body, and later these pollen grains are transferred to the stigma. Now these pollen grains, it is a male reproductive parts, and these pollen grains are transferred to the stigma of flower. Now it is the most important part. It is a male reproductive floral whorl of flower is the androecium, and this pollen grains is transferred to the stigma and pollination is takes place. Now the fourth part of flower or whorl of the flower, it is called the gynoecium. Now this gynoecium, individually it is known as a carpel. Now the next part of flower, the fourth part, it is called the gynoecium or fourth whorl, innermost whorl of the flower. It is called the gynoecium, and this gynoecium, it is a female reproductive part or female floral whorl of flower. Now individually this gynoecium, it is called the carpel. This gynoecium is called carpel. Now the structure of flower, the middle part, it is a gynoecium, and now this gynoecium is divided into ovary, style and stigma. So the structure of the individual structure of carpels, this stigma, style, and this is a ovary of flower. This carpel, the gynoecium, some plants it is a monocarpellary or some are the polycarpellary ovary. Now the some flower it is a monocarpellary condition, monocarpellary or bicarpellary, tricarpellary or polycarpellary. In some flower, these carpels, individual, this carpel, it is a single. In some flower, it is only one carpel, only one gynoecium is found. In some flower, it is a two carpels, three carpels, or one or more carpels are found in the flower. It is called the polycarpellary condition. These carpels are many number in some flowers, and this condition is called the polycarpellary condition. Some carpels, they are united or they are jointed with each other, or some flower they are free from each other. This gynoecium, it is a female reproductive whorl of the flower, and it is most important for the pollination process or fertilization process. This androecium means stamens, this pollen grains is transferred to the stigma, and this pollen grains is stick on the stigma because stigma is a sticky nature. This gynoecium, it is a carpel, individually known as a carpel, and this stigma is a sticky nature, and that's why this pollen grains is stick on this stigmatic surface, and later the germination is start. Now these pollen grains are germinated on the stigma and they can form the pollen tubes. Now this pollen tube, it is a long elongated pollen tube is formed, and this long elongated pollen tube is transferred to this style into the embryo ovary. Now this pollen tubes, means these male gametes, they are inserted to the gynoecium or ovary, and this after the transfer the pollen grains or insert the male gametes inside the ovary, and later this male gamete, they are fuses in the egg cell, or their ovary is present the egg cell, synergids, antipodal cells, and this means the embryo sac is found inside, and this embryo sac, these male gametes are inserted to the ovary, and the one male gamete is fuses with the egg cell and other male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus. That's why the fertilization process is occurring in the flower, and the formation of the embryo and the endosperm. Now in angiospermic plant is the most important function, means these angiospermic plants, the double fertilization process as well as the triple fusion takes place in the angiospermic plant. Now this flower is most important floral part, and now this flower is very important for the sexual reproduction in plants. Now in this video we shall discussing about the four part of the flowers, means four insertion whorls or this floral whorl of the flower, like the calyx. Now this calyx individually it is called the sepal, and this calyx is most important function for the protection as well as photosynthetic function. In some flower it is a attractive colorful, a petals it is a most important for the pollination or attraction of the insect toward this flower. And next part is a corolla, it is a petal individually called the petal, and this petal is most important for the attraction of the insect toward this flower. Now the next one part is study for the perianth. Now this perianth is also found in some flower, means generally the calyx and corolla is a similar, they cannot identify, and that time this flower is called the perianth. Many monocot plants, jawar, bajra, this one plants like the perianth is found, means the perianth it is a look like the calyx and corolla is a similar structure is found in some plants, and this term is called the tepals or perianth. It is also found in some plants. And now the next part is the androecium, it is a male reproductive whorl of the flower. And fourth one part is the gynoecium, individually it is called the carpel, and this carpel it is a female reproductive whorl of the flower. Now stop here.